Good morning, my fellow Great Guitar Build-Off builders. My name is Patrick Leslie, and this will be my introductory video for my Great Guitar Build-Off video series. So I am standing here in my classroom before school here in May at the beginning of the Great Guitar Build-Off. I am a chemistry teacher by profession, not any sort of professional luthier. I am a semi-competent woodworker and a semi-competent guitar player. Both of those make me far happier than I have actual skill at them. And I have not built a guitar before I entered this contest. So this should be quite a learning experience for me. Because like I said, I have a normal day job. I do not have a lot of the tools and a lot of the space that you need for building guitars at a high level. So I'm going to be utilizing the facilities here at the high school quite a bit. I'm very fortunate to work in a place where we're well funded enough to have a good technical education program. So we've got a great wood shop, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So during this contest, I'm going to be parallel building two guitars. And I said that I've never built a guitar before, and that is the truth. So why on earth would I want to parallel build two guitars when I've never even built one, much less do that exercise on a time frame in front of an audience? So there's actually a pretty good reason for that, and I'm going to go ahead and explain that here in just a second when I show you the wood that I'm going to be working. What I said a little bit earlier about building two guitars in parallel, and the reason for that was because of the wood that I've got. So here's kind of the explanation behind that. So I have this big piece of ash wood that is just going to be a big single piece guitar body. And this is going to kind of be the first guitar that I'm building. This is the one I'm not going to enter into the contest. This is just a piece of wood that I picked up when I was at my local lumber yard shopping for something else. And, you know, I've got these bow tie inlays that I put in not that long ago. Got that idea from watching Crimson, so thanks, April Wilkerson. I guess I'll put some pictures of that in the video. So this is going to be the first guitar. This is going to be something that I think I'm building for myself, and I'll talk a little bit more about the specific plans for this project as I go along. But here I've also got this kind of nappy-looking pile of walnut. So there is a story behind this wood. So my great-grandfather was a sawyer, and when he married my great-grandmother, he built a bed for them out of walnut from his sawmill. And over time, that bed became unserviceable. It was a non-standard size, just it wasn't serviceable as a bed anymore. And it got put away. It sat in an attic, and then it got sent to my dad's house, and it sat in the top of his shed for many years, and nothing happened to it. So we got to talking a couple summers ago and talking about this walnut, what we would do with it, because nobody wanted to just throw it away because there was a history with the bed. So I said, well, you know, I keep telling myself I'm going to make a guitar. So I will make you a guitar out of that walnut. So these boards are probably, I don't know, 85, 90 years old, and they are from a family heirloom of mine that was no longer serviceable as a piece of furniture, and I'm going to build a guitar out of them. So the reason I am doing this, building two guitars in parallel, is I've never built a guitar before, as I said earlier, so I fully anticipate screwing this one up. All right, I'm going to screw up the body. I'm going to screw up the neck, which frankly really intimidates me to try to make. But all the mistakes I'm going to make, I want to make building this one, so that when I build this one out of lumber that I truly cannot replace, then hopefully I will be less inclined to make a mistake. So I'm going to go down. All right, so it is now Friday afternoon. School is over. I am down here in the big wood shop, And yeah, my goal tonight is to get some stuff planed off, glued, and clamped up. Okay, so what I am looking at here, I have already messed around with some of the planer and some of this walnut wood. So this is a freshly planed surface. This is kind of some of the grubby surface that I want to go ahead and get planed off. So I've got one more piece. I need to pull that out of my bag. But I'm going to get all this planed down and then glue them into two stack pieces, so that, again, these will eventually become a three-piece body blank. So that is where we are. I'm not going to belabor that point for right now. I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so here is the plan for now. I'm going to start to glue these guys up. I guess I need to make myself a little glue spreader. So I keep hearing that these cards will work good. So that is the actual plan here, is to cut out some triangles here, make myself a glue spreading card, and to go ahead and get these things glued up. The gentleman who runs our shop, who has so kindly let me be in here on Friday night, told me that he had lots of clamps and that I was welcome to use as many of them as I wanted, and I intend to make full use of his offer. So I am going to clamp the crap out of each of these when I am done with them. So lots and lots of glue. Spread this around. This is not near so good as I anticipated that it would be. I think I need more glue. Yeah, more glue, Patrick. More glue. I have just this one bottle of glue, and now I'm being distressed that this may not turn out to be enough, which I had not really anticipated. That would be very disappointing to not be able to get everything glued up tonight. That was not in my plans. But let's try again, see how this is going to go. I'll just turn this upside down and do it this way. I think it's going to work much better for me. Whatever, cutting the notches into this, that was stupid. Stupid notches. That was a huge waste of glue. But I figure for half the people watching this, a significant portion of your enjoyment of watching my Great Guitar Build-Off build is going to be watching me screw stuff up. Because I will be perfectly honest, this is absolutely the most intense piece of woodworking that I have ever undertaken. So I am going to screw a ton of stuff up. Yeah, I'm going to screw a ton of stuff up. And I guess that is all right, because as I tell my students and I tell my jiu-jitsu students, really the only way to get better at things is to go ahead and screw them up. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of screwing up. If you're not screwing up, you're probably not learning anything. All right, well, here we have the whole great glue disaster. I've managed to get everything cleaned up, glued together. There's a forest of clamps. I'm going to go ahead and leave those over the weekend, and I will come back, and those will be for the planer sometime next week. So that is going to take me over. God bless, that was jittery. I'm not a videographer, and I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. That's just going to kind of be how this project is going to go. So yeah, let's talk about this. So this is what is probably going to be my guitar. That is kind of a body design that I have come up with on my own. It may change some as I go through things. I do want to keep, obviously, these nice bow ties where I stabilize this crack, because I do actually kind of like those. It's going to be a naturally finished guitar. That is, in more general, the shape. So, yeah, kind of a single cut, semi cut kind of thing. Like I said, I think I'll probably adjust it as I cut it out. But I want to get this planed off tonight too. I want to get it planed down to the down to inch and a quarter, and it's 2 inches now. So unfortunately, this is about 14 inches wide. It's a 13-inch planer. So I am going to have to shorten this thing up now. It would be really easy for me to just go ahead and run this through the table saw, but I don't want to do that because I want to save as much of this as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and rough cut this out on the bandsaw tonight and get this down to where I'm going to want it to do. So it'll fit through the planer, and then I will go ahead and plane this thing down to 1 3/4 inches tonight. I'm going to get to see the color of the wood after it hasn't been around for a long time. So that's going to help me decide what color I think I'm going to stain this. So I'm going to go ahead and get on that now, and I'll be back. So that's done. I'm just going to go ahead and try to hold this by hand and be still and all that good stuff. So here is what that looks like planed down to 1 3/4. I'm actually really happy with that. The wood is lightened up nicely now that I've gotten rid of all that oxidation on top of it. I'm happy with how these bow ties look, since I did cut those by hand, cut the bow ties by hand, and inlaid them with a chisel. So I'm really happy with how that looks. I was able to take about the same amount of wood off both sides, so that makes me really happy, and I'm very pleased with this. So, all right, so I spent a good part of last night and kind of early this morning splicing together the videos that I took yesterday, and especially the end video I'm kind of comprehensively unhappy about. So this is probably going to go in its place. I had a lot of fun yesterday. I learned a lot, which is a good thing, and more my goal with this. I definitely learned that it is hard to try to record and talk about something that you're going to put together into a video for people to watch later. That's harder than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be easier because I talk to people in a spontaneous fashion for a living. So, yeah, that was a challenge. There's a lot of things that I want to do better with recording the videos next time I do this. I've got to do something about the view that I intend to be over the shoulder. Um, yeah, that needs to be better. There's a lot of repetitive stuff in my talking that needs to be better. You obviously you've seen where I cut that stuff out and make notes. Um, you know, this is really going to be a process for me. Uh, I don't have any illusions or even aspirations to try to win this or to make a lot of guitars, make a living, promote myself, promote my YouTube channel. This is really gonna just supposed to be a learning experience for me. Certainly gonna do that. Kind of looking at the other people who are doing the scratch build is frankly pretty intimidating because it's obvious that uh, those folks know what they're doing, and I don't. So I feel like quite a bit of a hack, but that's that's kind of how it goes. If I learn something, if I build a couple things that I am proud of, if I can successfully turn that walnut into a guitar that'll go to my dad, that would make me quite happy. So that's my goal. Um, I guess this is kind of a morning after little reflection and wrap up. Because I got to thinking about a lot of stuff, a lot of things I wanted to do better, and one thing I can do is overthink a problem. So yeah, next week I'll get back into that shop and keep making some progress. And until then, I wish everybody all the success in their own builds and be safe out there in the world. And I'll talk to you all again soon.